First Amendment guarantees you the right of free speech. Does it guarantee the right of free tattoo? Johnny Anderson owns the Cheatin' Heart Tattoo Parlor in Gardena. He wants to move to Hermosa Beach. City of Hermosa Beach had no tattoo parlors. Anderson went to court. He says it's freedom of speech, freedom of expression. I talked with him earlier today.
They have that kind of outdated way of thinking that it's going to bring the riffraff in, the convicts and the prostitutes and sailors and bikers and everybody gets tattooed these days. It's common practice. At this point, we're just waiting for the judges to make their ruling. For basically the federal government to weigh in and say either tattooing is protected under the First Amendment or no, it isn't. I have no doubt that at some point this law will be changed.
U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals will rule on whether the right to tattoo is protected under the First Amendment. Matt, what do you think about this?
I think the Ninth Circuit will probably rule that it is protected, and they'll get it reversed by the U.S. Supreme Court, which happens with 94% of their cases. I think this is not a free speech case. It's the notion of what free speech is in this country, political speech, has become so inverted that we have a huge web of federal and state rules about what you can and can't say, what you can and can't do in political campaigns, which is what free speech is really key to. But we have these court decisions that protect anyone's right to do that classifies stripping as free speech. I don't think tattooing is free speech. It's not even remotely close to it. If a city wants to ban or restrict tattoo parlors, they can. But the tattoo parlor owner can fight it out on land use issues or some sort of a public safety, public nuisance issue. But I think to go and classify tattooing as free speech is ludicrous.
David?
I actually agree with Matt, if you can believe it. This is not a free speech issue. This is a land use and a zoning issue, which is the basis on which they have denied his permit, is that the city of Hermosa Beach does not allow tattoo parlors in their city. If you have an issue with that, then that's a land use and it's a zoning issue, and he needs to take his complaint to the city council on that issue. This is not about free speech, and I just think that Matt's right. This is one of these blanket things that people just like to throw around when they don't get their way. It's my free speech is being violated. No, actually, that's really not the case here. This is just a land use thing, and I think Matt's probably right. I think the Ninth Circuit Court probably will find with him, and who knows where it'll wind up if he presses it all the way to the Supreme Court. But this is not a free speech issue. I personally don't care about tattoos. I have a tattoo. Do I think they attract an unsavory crowd? Possibly. But you know what? Why does he have to be in Hermosa Beach? Go somewhere else then. Hermosa Beach, if they don't want to have it there, what's the problem? It's not, go somewhere else, buddy. There's a big, huge world out there.
Well, it'll be interesting here, and we'll watch how this thing plays out. But the bottom line is, if it was a zoning issue and he'd gone to the city council and he'd made his appeal, they're going to say no, because they don't want him there in the first place. So obviously this is the approach he took, and it will bear keeping an eye on. Okay, Matt and David, spirited tonight as always. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
All right.